Hello, everyone, and welcome to your first fan-requested Friday matchup of the week. Dallas McCarver, 2017 Arnold Classic versus Steve Kuclo, 2021 of the same event, the Arnold Classic also. This is your first of 3 fan-requested Friday matchups. I'm doing 3 this week. Last week, first matchup I posted was a Sean Roden versus Brandon Curry, and I had no idea of his passing. I posted it, and then the news got out, so the comment section was flooded with your guys's, condolences, things of that nature. I appreciate that. But not one request that I could use. There was a Regan Grimes versus Regan Grimes, but we don't do that here at Fan Request Friday. Anyway, so in respect for Sean Roden, we're narrowing it down to 3 matchups, but this one here, wow, guys, structurally speaking, these two dudes, very similar. I think McCarver has 1 inch on Kuclo as far as the height's concerned. I know he has an edge as far as the V-taper. Look at Dallas. He is a big, giant, somewhat aesthetic beast here. Look at this. I mean, the V-taper compared to Steve Kuclo, I mean, he's definitely winning this pose. Freaky, peaky biceps as well. Much more peaky than that of Steve Kuclo. But with all due respect, guys, with all due respect, this is probably not Steve Kuclo's best shot. Although he is, he's doing some damage as far as the wheels are concerned. He's a big dude. Go to the front lat spread. The similarities of these guys continues on. I mean, slight differences. The midsection, the makeup of their abs. And other than that, I mean, who are you going to go with? I was going with Dallas McCarver in the front double because of the peaky nature of his biceps and the V-taper as well. And I'm also going with McCarver on the front lat spread because of, you guessed it, a V-taper. You can see the lats a little bit more. Condition-wise, I think these guys are in the same boat. Slightly more vascularity. Actually, the legs in this shot might look a little bit better for Kuclo, but very similar nonetheless. So, coming out of the 2 shots, turn to the side, going into the side, chest development, edge to Dallas McCarver, but not anything that Steve Kuclo can't get back here. More complete, I would say, are the wheels of McCarver when you take into consideration that hanging hamstring. Some people might think that's too much hamstring. Not me. Gives the overall physique, a basement, I guess you could say. With the calves included, of course, Kuclo has those babies as well. Just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, I think, is Dallas McCarver. The setup, the chest, and his arms. His arms look bigger. Could be a possibility of a sizing error. Yes, that's right. I could have made a sizing error. Turn to the side tricep. We already turned to the side. Not the best pose for Dallas McCarver. With all due respect. There was other shots of him where he was tilted more thousely, but he's tilted thesely here, and it's like a Paul Dillette shot. But I did see other ones, and it, again, with all due respect, it showed distension of the midsection. You can kind of see that here with Kuclo, but he looks pretty good, guys. Listen to me. I'm calling a guy distended in the midsection. Kuclo looks awesome here in the side tricep. One of his best shots, and I would wager to say that he is getting one. So it's 1-3. It's going to be hard for Kuclo to get these back. But, speaking of back, now I will say, there's more emphasis placed on the glutes these days. It seems like if you don't have glutes, you're not in the first call-out. You're not even in the second call-out. Kuclo, he has shredded, peeled glutes. And McCarver doesn't really, but his hamstrings look maybe more separated. His lower back looks twice as conditioned. Just looks like he has much better muscle separation, maybe a better X-frame. Close, but in my opinion, I think that Christmas tree and the outer lats, they just look more prominent, I think, for Dallas McCarver, and not to mention muscle separation in the traps as well. I would go ahead and give a slight edge. Keep in mind, Kuclo does look slightly drier. A lot drier when you consider the glutes. Go to the rear double. Now, Kuclo does have some, Genetic gifts here in the lat insertions, perfectly drawn out. Dallas, he doesn't have that. But what he has are some monster lats, I'm here to tell you. Look at the outer lats. They're twice as big as Kuclo. But when you look at the traps, all of a sudden Kuclo, he's Dorian Yates. But I would wager to say, taking the delts, the outer lats, the X-frame, the hamstrings, the list continues. I would give this one to Dallas McCarver. Take a minute, guys, to admire 4 perfect calves here. You don't usually see that. Wow. Gotta take a moment every once in a while. Abs and thigh, and not the best shot for either one of these guys. Kuclo has kind of a 3-pack, I guess, with all due respect. This sounds terrible. Should be a perfectly drawn out 6-pack. McCarver, he has a split in his abs. I mean, Serge Gnabry had that. I mean, Lee Haney had that. Bodybuilders have had that for years. A lot of people blame, this and that and the other thing. But I think it's 90% genetics. And Ronnie Coleman, he had quite a space, and he took everything under the sun, and his space didn't really get that much wider. Go look at some older pictures of him. But anyway, guys, that is the great debate. I don't know for sure, and the debate will continue for sure. Go to the most muscular. This is the first of 3. Remember that. Again, you can see the ab separation, quite prominent for Dallas. But is he losing in that aspect when you look at Kuclo's flat pack, the 3 flat abs? I don't know. Kind of a toss-up in that situation. Steve looks good and wide. He's bending down. He displays himself quite good in this shot. But I think Dallas, and you could see this from other shots, I think his arms are dominant. They're huge. 2 big, huge, massive bodybuilders. Well over the 300-pound mark in the off-season for sure. Here is your winner. The late, great Dallas McCarver. Mixed short work of a current pro. What a future he had. But what a future he will have here at Mark's Max Muscle. His memory will live on. And not only that, he's going into the 3-way main event. It's going to be a good one too. I know I always say that, but it is. It is for sure. Hit thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and different type of content as well. Anything bodybuilding related. Have a great day.